back to my channel. So I know it's been a really long time since I last posted a video, and there's probably not a really good excuse for that, but I'm back today with another video, and I wanted to do a video on the long-awaited Chat-Jaclyn Heels palette. She collaborated with Morphe brushes to create this palette. That's what she looks like if you don't know. She is probably one of my idols in the makeup world, just because everything that she does makeup wise is just so on point. So Chat-Jaclyn Heel, if you're watching, I'm obsessed, always have been. Actually, my mom discovered her channel because my mom actually got into watching YouTube before I did, and I think it was on one of her, I don't know, I can't even remember what video it was, and I was just like, oh my word, I need to start watching YouTube videos. Like, there's this whole world that I'm missing out on. And Molly! Sorry, my dogs are barking. But anyway, so this is what the packaging looks like. It's just that pretty inexpensive plastic packaging. Obviously you expect that chalky type of eyeshadow where you can't really blend them easily, but in fact, to your surprise, they are absolutely amazing. It comes with 28 colours, and they are all very warm toned colours. I personally love warm toned colours, so this palette, when I saw it, was like, it's mine. It is so mine. I'm not going to swatch all of them. There are videos of people swatching them, but I will show you just one colour randomly, and you can see it's just amazeballs. So I'm obsessed with the palette. I love what she's done with it. Definitely going back to Morphe brushes for more products. Eyeshadow wise, I mean, they're like $2 for a single eyeshadow, which if you convert it into rand, it's like 20 rand for an eyeshadow, and I don't know where you can go to buy a single eyeshadow for 20 rand. So I don't even know what I'm doing yet, so let's just go with it. So to start off with, I have done my foundation, I've set my makeup, as well as I've done my lips. I've also done my eyebrows, and I have mascara on because it actually came from work, and well, why start a new face when you can just paint on the old one? Go in with this shade over here. I'm just going to blend that into my crease. You want to make sure you tap off the excess. So I'm just working this into my crease, as you can see. So it's going to act almost like a transition colour, as well as our base in our crease. So just going with that colour again on a blending brush, and I'm just working it on the outer portion of my eye. You can see that I blend it up into my crease. So you can basically just see, just circular motions working that colour in. Mainly concentrating it in this area here because I want to create the most depth and dimension in that area. And just like I said, windshield wiper motions, circular motions, backwards and forwards. You want to give it the most blended out look. So now that we've blended that into the crease, let's jump into, what are we doing? I'm going to go in with these two colours over here, and I'm just going to mix them and blend them into my crease as well. With the same brush that we used, I'm just mixing those two colours, and here we go. So as you can see, I'm just going over and above where we applied the other colour, and I'm gently working this over there. So like I said, just gently working it right above that colour. So we're kind of working it above the crease. I feel like adding a bit of a pop to the look I'm just not too sure what exactly type of a pop I'm looking for. I'm going to go in with this colour over here. And I'm just going to work this on the outer portion of my, right there. Just working it right here, just to add a little bit more dimension. So it's just there on the outer portion of the eye. Now that we sort of have the base of it done, I'm going to, I think I'm going to pop this colour over there. It's not even really picking up so well on the camera, but it's like a peachy pinky type of shade. I'm just going in with the same brush that we used to apply the darker colour, tapping off the excess, and I'm just going to work that in a little more, bringing it more to the centre of the eye. So I'm just packing that, see, all over the centre of the eye. I'm going to go in just with this white vanilla-y shade over there, putting that all over my brush. I'm just going to be working it on the inner portion of my eye, working it over the colour that's in the middle. I'm also bringing it into the centre of, I'm also bringing it to the inner corners of my eye. Eyeshadows are so beautiful, like literally if you can get your hands on this palette, I know it's probably sold out by now, but I did purchase mine through a girl in Durban. Her Instagram, I'll leave it down below in the description box. Her Instagram is called muse.sa, so she has all kinds of products like the Naked palettes, some Anastasia products, basically everything that we can't get in Durban, South Africa. So she sort of imports them and sells them. She does sell them a little more expensive than what you would purchase them directly from the site, but then again, you're not waiting for months to get your products, and number two, you are guaranteed to get your products. Like if you order something that week, it's bound to be in your hands by that week. So I think this palette goes for $28 and she sells it for, I think, I bought mine for 750 Rand. So, and she dropped it off at my work. So I mean, it's an outstanding service. I really recommend her. If you don't want to order online because you are too skeptical and you're just scared or whatever the case may be, you can order through her. You can just send her a WhatsApp or a message over Instagram, obviously arrange for the courier, things like that. So it's just a little bit of a reliable source to know that you're definitely going to get your products. So jumping on to the bottom, I think I'm going to do my bottom lash line, and I'm going to be using this colour over here. It is like a purpley cranberry pop of colour. It is honestly the first colour that caught my attention when looking at this palette. It's really, really pretty. So I'm just going on a tiny little, almost like a definer brush with this colour. You want to make sure you tap off the excess. I mean, you'll probably hear me tapping quite a few times, just because you don't want any fallout. I've done my foundation already. I prefer doing my foundation first. It's just sort of a personal preference. if I'm doing like a really, really dark smoky or whatever, I will leave my foundation last just because the fallout is immense. But in terms of a wearable look like this, whether it's dramatic or not, I do like to go in with my eyes last. So that is why I tap off the excess. So I'm just going in. I'm blending that colour. It's just such a pretty colour. I'm pretty sure you guys can see what I am doing. I am just running this colour under my eye. I'm sort of, as you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm sort of bringing that colour up right here to blend it with the eyeshadows that are on my outer crease area. So I don't want to bring it in too far in, just because it can look a little crazy. I feel like we need to do something a little more on the outer corner. I think we should bring in that colour that we used. So I think I'm going to go in with that exact same colour that we put on our bottom waterline. I'm using a angled, like really dense brush. This is from Coastal Scents. I really do enjoy Coastal Scents' brushes. I bought the, I think it's the 32 piece, and I've had no problems with that brush set at all. So I'm just going in with that colour and I'm working it just on this outer crease. Just to give like, almost like, just like a pop of colour, because I mean, who doesn't want a pop of colour on the eyes? Oh, just a tip. A lot of people ask me how far to blend out the eyeshadow on the eyes without making the eyes look weighed down and droopy and just like small and closed. Just a little tip is to take your brush, or I mean, you know the pencil rule when it comes to eyebrows. Same applies for your eyeshadow. You brush just from the end of your eyebrow to the end of your eyelid, the corner of your lid, and you'll just basically see an outline like that, and you'll be able to work it above that. You can use like a tissue or some sellotape, stick it down and just work that colour in, girl. I am sort of bringing it up into here, as you could see, just because I said so. And I am using dabbing motions just because I am not wanting it to be super intense, number one, and number two, I want it to look really, really blended on top of the lighter colour that we have going on, and that is the way to do that. Okay, so now I think it's time for some liner. So my battery's about to die, and I'm going to put in some gel liner, which I will do a tutorial on, and I'll be back in just a minute. So there you have it, that is the finished look. I just added some gel liner and my mascara, and that is all there is to it. Please like this video and subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. Thank you, bye!